During the 2020 COVID pandemic, New York City witnessed a drastic spike in COVID cases and a massive migration of people from the city to the suburbs of outside New York. Businesses and restaurants went out of service with no venues in operation. But most importantly, the liveliness of the city fell silent. Word circulated that New York City was dead following an August 2020 article published by NY Post. Two emerging artists from the city showcase what it takes to make it in the big, bustling city. Learn about the grind of New York culture and why it is a city that will never sleep.
I was able to be, exposed to so many cultures and everything. It was like, I grabbed what I wanted and I started implementing it into what I wanted. I started making like a new sound and people started digging it. So I kind of just started going along with it and I was like, this is actually looking like it's going somewhere. I'm from Jackson Heights, Queens. Being a place that's so diverse where I was exposed to all of those things, and it was like, I took advantage of it and I started making music. I make music of all genres. So I make rock, I make EDM, I make house music, Latin, everything. I'm mostly raised in New York, so it's like pretty much all I know for most of my life. I'm pretty much raised in here, and it's like, I don't really romanticize it, but it's like, it definitely played a big role into who I am and like the kind of industry that I'm into. It's like, New York is one of the staples of the industry. In New York City, it's like everybody has a creative mindset, like in every kind of industry. So it's like being able to meet people along your way, a coworker, a friend, and just being able to build up a team, like a videographer and an artist, and that goes into a marketing agent, like the team that I built, Only Self-Made. It's a bunch of individuals that come from nothing, and they're just working on their craft and, elevating each other. So during the pandemic and the quarantine, everybody just had so much time laying around, and they started really going deep within themselves and what they want to do, especially since you don't really have time in New York City. You're always moving, working around, just trying to find the next hustle to make the next payday, get ahead of your rent and everything. So really, when they had the time, myself included, started really working on like music, like the new wave of creative started. Which is kind of crazy because I'm part of that wave, and it's I think I see the industry blowing up 10 years from now just because of the pandemic. It started blooming so many artists, producers, everything that has to do with music, and I think it's booming.
I think the way that COVID impacted all the creators during that time was it made us work on our own hobbies, made us try things that we never wanted to do. And we didn't even know that we wanted to do that. And now we finally had the chance to do it and we went for it. And now it made me who I am right now. And I'm a musician now. And I never thought that I could be that maybe 5 years ago. Because of COVID, it impacted me in a really big way. And I've been doing this for around 2 to 3 years. I mainly do pop, rap, and melodic rap. It's the mix of both. Again tonight, and the pills are in my hand, they're black and white. Yeah, I'm waiting for your call again tonight, and telling me that this is wrong and it's not right. But you left me, you betrayed me. But why do I keep hoping maybe this will come back for the last time? The city influenced me a lot in a lot of places. Well, I did go to high school in the city, so I got to meet a lot of new peers, and they introduced me to their own genres, and they had a lot of they had a variety of tastes. So I got to experience their genres, and their genres, all their genres combined made my genre, and now I have my own taste, and that's what I put in my music. And I can see why a lot of people may agree with that article, but I personally disagree with it because there's a lot of benefits that happened because of COVID. Like, it made us do our own thing in our own free time. We were locked up in a place for about a year and a half, so it made us do hobbies, do stuff that we didn't know that we wanted to do until now. And I guess some of those things made us who we are at this time right now. And I feel like COVID made a big impact on our lives, and I think it benefited us.
During the pandemic, a lot of people did move out, but the New York culture is what we made it to be. All the immigrants, all the cultures that came in, and new sounds, and that's what New York culture is going to be. Is whatever we make it to be, because we're putting all of these kind of elements, nationalities, everything together, and making a new sound, a new culture for New York. So it's everlasting. You can't really stop it.
From my personal standpoint, I feel like New York has much more opportunities than anywhere around the world. There's a lot of creative people here, a lot of people that you get to meet, and it's a landmark for everyone.
It was so many people started working on music, and it started like a new era, a new generation of people that started working on their craft and started being serious about it, myself included, and my team too. It was we started taking things seriously, and it's we're ready to work, lock in. And I really see that wave being part of what you're gonna be listening to 5 to 10 years from now. And because you never really know. It's just really about who's putting in the work. So it's definitely a new wave of creative mindsets that are gonna be out there in the future.
And I feel it's because it's the land of opportunities. It's a city that never sleeps. They have that name because of that reason.